Alright guys, so how's it going? I have officially started my 22 long rifle extreme long range rifle build. So picked up a lower, my barrel, and everything like that today. Well, I actually picked up an entire rifle today for it. So yep, got it right here next to me, and once we get some people in here, we'll have a discussion. So until then, we're just going to sit here and hang out. So I will compete in my 22 long rifle challenge. It's going to be a couple weeks. I'm going to have to wait till I get an optic, but I will compete in it. But yeah, guys. So we'll just hang out and have a conversation for a little bit. I'm going to have to get back to work on this thing. I know a lot of you probably don't care that I'm doing a 22 extreme long range rifle, but for those of you that do, we'll be on this journey together. So guys, I appreciate each and every single one of you for jumping in here. I know this is kind of a late night live, so I don't know if I'll have much of a turnout tonight or not. So, till then, we'll kind of hang out and see what happens. There's a bunch of snow headed my way this weekend, so I'm going to get to do some cold weather testing on a lot of firearms, so that'll be fun. I started my 22 long rifle extreme long range build. That'll be fun too. But I'll bring you guys along with it and for it, and we'll have some conversations about it. But once we get some people in here, I'll reveal what it is. I'm going to run production class in it, so we will be staying in production for 22 long rifle. So that's not going to change. I like production class, so that's what I'll stay in. But production for 22 long rifle is a lot different than 22 production for centerfire. So Should be fun. But I got somebody in here watching, so who's in here? Say hello. I'm curious who's watching. I got 2 people now. So, what's up, Eagle Run? How are you doing, brother? So, I did start my 22 long rifle extreme long range build, so that's gonna be coming to the channel soon. I've never owned a 22 recently until I picked this one up today. Me and my cousin went to one of the local shops that's around here, so I found the one I was looking for and picked it up. So it's pretty cool. I seem to like it. There's some things that are going to have to change with it almost immediately. And one of them is the trigger in this thing. So, Eagle Run, I picked up the Ruger Precision 22 RPR because I'm going to run production this year with 22 and do extreme long range with it. So I'm going to figure out, I've got a couple different 22 loads right now that I'm going to test in it. So once I get them figured out on what it likes, that's what I'm going to run in it. And I'll share my feedback with you as that comes further. So, but till then, I'll get to do some cold weather testing. Now, there's not an optic on this thing yet, so like the cold weather testing is going to be a little skewed because I don't have an optic yet. I've got the Vortex Venom on order. It's in MOA, which is going to be kind of a downer for me because I run everything in mils. So MOA for the Vortex Venom. So that's going to be a little rough, like I'm not even going to lie. But I'll get used to it. I'll learn it. I need to learn MOA anyways. So I'll get over to it. And no, Eagle Run, extreme long range on a 22 is out to like 500 to 600 yards. So 22 long rifle out at that distance, it's a stroke. So it's not going to be like extreme long range like what I do with the centerfire rifle or stuff like that. It's going to be extreme long range for a 22. So a little bit different. We've got like 14 inches of snow that's on the way here tonight and tomorrow. So yeah. Yeah, Eagle Run, like extreme long range varies based on the caliber. Like obviously you're not going to send a 22 long rifle out to a mile because I mean in theory yeah it should do it, but extreme long range on a 22 is like 500-600 yards. It's not a mile, 2 miles, something like that. It's like 600 yards, which is a huge drop on 22 long. I mean, you're talking at least 100 foot at 600 yards. Oh man, that's super bum. But you can come up here and take all this rain and snow and sleet and all that crap. You can come up here and get it all. Like, for real. But it's just kind of one of those things with it. Like, this snowstorm that we're supposed to be getting is going to be kind of bizarre. Not even going to lie. Like, we normally don't get snows like this. So, I don't know. Everybody's freaking out. I was at the market on Friday morning before I went to work, and I watched some lady buy like 15 loaves of bread and like 5 gallons of milk, and that's all she had. So I guess she's gonna eat milk sandwiches? I don't know. Not my monkey, not my zoo. But yeah, I'm super stoked for this 22. So yeah, I'll have a 30 MOA cant. I've got a 30 MOA base on here already, and I'm probably going to pick up a 20 MOA base on the optic mount. But I always run 2-piece mounts. I don't run single-piece mounts. So I'm either going to have to do another 20 MOA, or at least another 10 MOA to give me 40 MOA of scope elevation. I don't know what base I'm going to run with. So I've got to do some ammunition testing right now. So to answer your ammo question is, I don't know yet, because I've got a couple different brands right now that I'm going to be testing. So once I get those tested and figure out which one performs best in this rifle, that's the ammunition I'll go with. So until then, I can't answer your question on ammunition yet. I've got some Norma, I've got some Lapua, I've got some Remington, I've got some a lot of match, different stuff. So I'm gonna try some of the Eli. I've got 4 or 5 different brands of match ammo that I want to try that I haven't ordered yet. There's a shop about an hour down the road from me that all they deal with is 22s. So they carry a bunch of 22 match grade ammo. So I'm going to go down and pick up a couple boxes of each and see what performs the best for this rifle. So I've got all sorts of stuff. I've got from your run-of-the-mill, just factory ammunition from like Winchester, Remington, so on and so forth. But then I'm also going to try some match stuff. So it's going to be what performs the best, what groups the best, and what is the most consistency. So let's say this rifle loves the Winchester. Well, I'm going to run Winchester, obviously. Like, if it performs the best with a certain type of Winchester, that's what I'm going to use. But if it performs best with the Eli or another match grade company like that, that's what I'm going to go with. So I don't know a whole lot about 22s yet. This is only my second 22 I've ever had, and this is my very first bolt action 22 I've ever had. So the 22 area is going to be different for me. Like, it's a learning curve for me. So, buddy, you finally got you a Razor. Heck yeah. What gen did you get, buddy? Did you get the Gen 1, the Gen 2, Gen 3? Which one did you pick up? So, I'm going to try, like I said, there's a shop about an hour down the road from me that sells nothing but match grade 22 ammunition. So, I'm going to try some of it and see what performs the best, because you never know. It could love the cheap stuff, but then again, it might not. So, I don't know. 22 is a new game for me. Like, this is completely new for me. So, I'm going to say that. 22 is completely new for me. So, before... I love my Gen 2, dude. You're going to love it. Did you get it in Mills, MRAD, or MOA? So, yeah, I love my Gen 2. I have it in MRAD. And what's going on my 22 is going to be a Vortex Venom. So, I've got it on order. I will pick it up. It's supposed to be delivered in like 2 weeks. So, it's on order. So, I'll pick it up then. You got the same optic I do. What rifle is it going on, buddy? So you'll have the same one that I have. So I might be able to share some data for you on mine, especially if it's a 6.5. Like, I can spout that stuff off. So I'm curious, what rifle is it going on? And I've trashed my turrets on mine, and I literally sent it to Vortex, and I had it back in a week. So you're gonna love it, dude. Like, I want to get the Gen 3, but I mean, I just got the Gen 2 about a year ago, so probably be a year or so before I get the Gen 2 or Gen 3. Sorry, but so far I love it. Tika TX3 6.5 Creedmoor. Oh, dude, you're gonna love it on there. So you let me know if you have any questions about your holds and stuff like that, because I obviously run a 6.5 Creed, so like I'll be able to share some data with you. But I will reveal this rifle to you guys, and probably the next video that'll drop or the one after that. I kind of want to wait until I get everything sorted out with it and get the optic mounted and then do a video revealing it. But then I kind of just want to reveal it. That way you guys know what I've got working with. So we're going to see what's going to happen. I'm pretty stoked about it. So it's going to be fun and everything. And I know I need to get over to StreamYard, so eventually I'll get on over there. But for now, I like doing it this way. And with only having my phone right now, because the laptop that I had, it's already crashed, so we're not gonna go into that right now. But yeah, so let's hear it. Who are my 22 guys in here that run 22 out in matches or anything like that? Like, where's my 22 guys at? Because I'm a little curious. I want to pick your guys' brains. I mean, I'm obviously gonna do the CRS challenge, because now I've got a 22 to do it with. So I'm gonna do the CRS challenge video, but it's gonna be a couple weeks before I can. I want to get some ammo tested first and rifle zeroed, everything like that. But once I have all that ready to go, I'm going to do the CRS challenge. So if you guys haven't done it yet, you got to get on it. Let's do his challenge. Let's all participate. Like, it's all fun, man. No, I know. I got to get up to 200 subs. I thought at the rate I was going that I was going to get up there, but then I've just kind of plumbed down. But I mean, I don't mind having a small channel. I mean, it makes it more interactive with you guys, because I can respond to you guys pretty quick. But I mean, ultimately the goal is obviously to get monetization. But for now, if what I got to do is have a small channel to get this information out, then that's going to be my goal for it. But I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, monetization is what we all do this for. So, but in time, we'll get up there. The live streams are getting more popular, so it's growing pretty good there. My channel views are going up. So everything's going up. It just takes time. It's just like CRS said. 4 years is the average time. And it's just going to take time. Honestly, that's what it's going to take, is time. But I'm going to put Arca Swiss on this rifle. Yeah, so Eric Cortina is actually a good friend of mine, so I do follow Eric. So, yeah, I know Eric. I've shot a lot of matches with Eric, so Eric and I go back. I want to get Eric on here and actually do an interview with Eric where the tables are turned, where we ask Eric the questions versus Eric asking them the questions. But it's going to take some time. Eric's just like me, he's super busy. So, it's going to take some time. But, I mean, obviously, I watch CRS's channel. I mean, I still watch the 6'5 guys stuff, even though they're not really producing material anymore. I watch them. Obviously, I watch Johnny B, Demo Ranch, but pretty much everybody in this community watches Demo Ranch. I support my friends that I know. So, it's coming. Like, it's just going to take some time. I'm getting more used to being in front of the camera, so that's helping. Everything's helping. So, Fish Toledo, I appreciate it. Thank you. That does mean a lot. But yeah, so rules of the live stream are, as always, we don't talk about religion and we don't talk about politics, but we just have a conversation. So we'll have a conversation about basically anything. So maybe I'm mistaking of who Pursuit of Accuracy is. I might need to check them out. I thought you were talking about the Eric Cortina channel. Sorry, that's my fault. But I know he just changed the name of his channel, but so that's my fault. So I will admit that that was my fault. But I'll have to check those guys out. But let's have a conversation, guys. Yeah, I mean, it just takes time. I work a full-time job just like everybody else. So it does take time. Like, I can't just solely devote everything to YouTube. Like, I do have a family, I do have kids, and I do have work. I work a normal job just like everybody else. So it does take time. The only difference is I go and run matches. That's the only difference between me and anybody here, is I run a lot of matches a year. I will shoot 40 matches this year. So it's going to be a lot. I'll have to check him out. I was really torn on this one when I picked it up because I looked at both the one I picked up, a Savage, a Christensen Arms, the CZ, and I looked at a couple different ones. I looked at a Howa. So I was really torn, and it might be a little shocking to you guys of the one I picked up, but that is coming. Like, I can do, I guess, a quick preview of it. If anybody can figure out what it is in the comments, like, we'll talk about it. No, I get it, man. We're all busy. So it just takes time, is all it does. It really does. It takes time. I get it, Eagle Run. Like, I even texted CRS earlier this week that I was struggling trying to figure out what my next video was going to be on. And like, I got at that point where I was like, what do I talk about next? Like, what do we cover next? Because even my weights video, like, that one was kind of a bust. Like, you could definitely tell that, I guess you could say, in a lack of better terms, I was a little ill prepared for that. So it just kind of is what it is. Like, I didn't go into a lot of it. Little Winchester 62. Hell yeah, Fish Toledo. Like, I mean, we all could, I mean, I could tell definitely by watching it back that I was ill prepared for it, and I didn't really know what to say because, like, I know a lot of it, it just seems trivial to me, but I know a lot of people are very interested in that stuff. But to me, it just seems trivial sometimes talking about it. Because, I mean, I just feel like sometimes, I don't know how to say it, but like sometimes I just kind of assume that everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about different things. And even CRS told me, he's like, dude, you got to break it down for people because not everybody understands everything you're talking about. So that's been something that I've been struggling with, is trying to break things down from a lingo that I'm used to talking it in to a lingo that everybody can understand, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm extremely glad of my commenters that ask questions and give feedback. Like, that goes a long way with me. But there's just times where it's like, man, I just assume that everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. No, I get it, man. Like, and that's kind of like where I was with the weights video, is like I didn't know what to talk about, and I needed to drop a video that way I could keep one coming every week. And I was like, well, I just did this to my rifle, like I just got them in, so let's talk about it. And it just kind of, I don't know, like you could definitely tell in there that I was a little unenthused, I guess is the best way to explain it. But it'll get there. Like, it's just gonna take me time with the channel. Like, it really is. So I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's super hard for me to talk in front of a camera. So I watch X-Ring all the time. Him and I shoot matches together. I know who Isher 6 covered. Him and I shot 3-gun together. So I do know those guys. So if that answers that, buddy. Like, I personally know those guys, so we all shoot matches together. I have nothing negative to say about them. They're all super good people. Just kind of one of those things. I mean, well, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, I understand not everybody understands what certain things are, and that's been hard for me to, I guess, differentiate between what I do on a regular basis. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know if that makes sense or not, what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it's difficult sometimes. So I've heard from one of you guys that has a 22, but who else has 22s that are doing like 22 builds or shooting matches with 22s, or they have their 22 plinker that they stretch out and just shoot a couple 100 yards with, and they're perfectly happy with. I'm just kind of curious, like, we'll have a conversation about it. Because like I said earlier, this is my very first 22. that is going to be purpose-driven, quote unquote, versus just your generalized run-of-the-mill hunting 22 long rifle. Like this is going to be used only for competition, extreme long range, and a 22 kind of a, like your plinker. Well, I mean, there's nothing that's saying that you're not my typical viewer and you're an enthusiast. What I'm saying is I just kind of assume, and we all know what assuming does. It kind of makes an ass out of you and me. That that people knew like what those were. Like I've gotten a lot of feedback back on that video where people are like, where do I order these? Or they've messaged me on Instagram and they're like, where can I pick these up at? Can you send me direct links? So on and so forth. And that's been a good thing because I don't think a lot of people really, I guess, understand the purpose behind it. How's it going, practical accuracy? 17 degrees in Wisconsin. What part of Wisconsin are you at, practical accuracy? I'm kind of curious. I'm from Milwaukee, so I lived in Southside. So I'm kind of curious. New Berlin. That's not too far from where I was. That's awesome. So that's pretty cool, man. I'm gonna have to check out his channel. Like I said, I've never been. I'm just now getting into the YouTube thing. Like I've always been into just following the people that I follow, and that's kind of what I did, and listen to music. But now that I'm in this great network of people, like I'm learning that there's so many great channels that might not be at 1 million subs or at 2 million subs or anything like that, but they have just such a great channel and they have such great energy in their comment section that I need to learn things from. Fish Toledo. I'm originally from the north side of Milwaukee. So we got a bunch of Milwaukeeans in here. So that's pretty cool. You're in South Georgia? So there's a really good training center down in Georgia at MPA. North 40th. Nice. So I was down near Howell. Like South Howell Avenue is where I was. Over by Kinnickinnick Avenue. If you know where that area is. That's where I was. Like, I don't miss that city at all. So. Shot a watermelon at 1,000 yards. Hey, so practical accuracy. Do you want to see... You want to do challenge for challenge? See who's the better long-range shooter? Like, I'll do a challenge for challenge video with you. Like, you tell me, and we'll do it. Like, we'll collab together, if you want, and see who's kind of the better shot. I mean, we can go how far out you want. We can go to 1 mile. We can go to 2 miles. I don't know if you shot that far. But 1,000-yard watermelon, that's sub-MOA. That's pretty cool. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. Like, I want to see that. Like, that's pretty cool. My smallest target at 1,000 so far has been like like 33% IPSC. So you've got MPA that's down in Georgia. I know Daniel Defense does classes down there. There's some down in Florida. So yeah, there's some really good ones down there. The MPA guys are just super brilliant. Obviously Warrior Poet Society is down there by you. He does a lot of training. All those guys are down there. So there's a lot of training that goes on down there. I've only shot out to a mile once. Hell yeah. I mean, getting to a mile, it's a little rough. Like, I'm not even going to lie, especially with the 6.5. Like, it's losing a lot of energy. I think right at 1,400 yards is when it goes transonic. So, I mean, it's a stroke getting out there that far. How's it going, Mario? I've only been out to 1223 yards. I mean, even 1223 yards, that's a feat for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people have never shot over 300 meters because they've never had either the area to be able to or anything like that. So even getting out to 300 meters is great for some people, and getting out to 1,223 yards is great for people. Like, that's what I want to see. Can you... So at 1223, yes, you can hear it hit the steel, but it's a different sound. Like, you're not going to hear the ping that you normally hear at like 400 yards or 500 yards. It more sounds like a slap, like, or like a crack. It's not really a ping, if that makes sense, unless you're using like a very large bore rifle, like a 338, so on and so forth. Like, then you're going to hear the ping because there's so much energy impacting the target. But on like the Creedmoor or something like that, you're going transonic at like 1,400-ish yards. So once you hit that transonic stage, your drop is just so severe that it's a little insane when you go there at that distance. I mean, but even getting out to 300 yards, Eagle Run, like, that's a great feat. There's so many people that have never gone past 100 yards. So even 300 yards, having that opportunity, it's a great feat because now you know what you need to do to get there. And once you get to 300 yards or 500 yards, getting to that 1,000 is just that much easier because you already know what you have to do at 300 yards. Or even at 100 yards, and what you do at 100 yards dictates what you can do at 1,000 yards, or at a mile, or at 2 miles, or at 5 miles. It all comes down to your fundamentals and your controlling of your breathing and everything like that. So, no matter what you do at 100 yards, if you have bad fundamentals at 100 yards, you're going to have bad fundamentals at 1,000 yards. So, I'm kind of on a tangent there, but that's a lot of how it goes, if that makes sense. I've only done 100 yards, so y'all are doing great. Yeah, I mean, Mario, even 100 yards is great. Like, I know you and I have talked privately on Instagram, and I've told you, fundamentals at 100 yards, and it's still in your brain that you have to control your breathing, you have to control your trigger squeeze and everything like that at 100 yards, just like you would at 1,000. Like, getting all that under control is the hardest thing. I mean, I've taken a 5.56 out to 500 yards. So I don't agree that you've never had a rifle capable of hitting past 300 Eagle Run, but I will say the math gets intense on some rifles past that 300 yard mark. Now, with the 22 that 300-yard mark it's a stroke. So it's not the easiest thing, but so I mean, kind of is what it is. It happens, but so I've got 8 people in here now. Like I said, guys, earlier, the rules of the live stream are we don't talk about religion and we don't talk about politics. We just have a conversation. We can talk about anything other than those 2 things. So that's kind of the rules to the live stream. I've never shot a sub-MOA until I got my Tika. Only shot hunting rifles until I saw people shooting long range on YouTube. I mean, some of these hunting rifles are sub-minute rifles and some of them are minute rifles, but with the right shooter, they can take a minute rifle and turn it into a half a minute rifle or a quarter minute rifle. It all comes down to the shooter. Have a good one, Eagle Run. It all comes down to the shooter of how we do it as a shooter. I've got a buddy that lives down the road from me, and he's shot bench rest his entire shooting career. I mean, that's what he does is bench rest shooting. That's it. And he shoots some of the tightest groups I have ever seen in my life. I mean, this man can shoot, and he can do it with just your standard run-of-the-mill hunting rifle all the way up to his 6.5 by 300 rifle. So he's phenomenal at what he does. And I've asked him time and time again, how do you shoot groups so damn tight that it just doesn't make sense to me? I mean, you're talking my average group, on average, is between a 0.3 to a 0.5 inch group, which is sub half MOA to half MOA. And it's phenomenal to see him shoot like that. Because I just can't wrap my brain around it on how he does it so consistently all the time, if that makes sense. But then on the other tongue, like, I do understand it because he's a bench rest shooter. He shoots F-class. So you're talking F-class and bench rest, one flyer, there's your entire match. So it's kind of cool to see it. Like, sitting there watching him shoot is wild because he's that damn good. So I don't agree that you can't do it with a hunting rifle, because you can. I've seen it. But what's some other type conversation questions, comments, concerns, so on and so forth? I think I'm about to cut my beard some. It's getting a little long. But who knows? I say that on one tongue, but on the other one, I probably won't. But like I said, guys, here is the 22 that I've started building. So that's gonna be my extreme long range 22. We're gonna make it work. It's got a 16-inch barrel. Maybe eventually I'll jump it up to an 18 or a 20-inch barrel. But for now, I've just got the 16 on it. And we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. I think it might be fun. Even just a fun plinker. Like, who cares? I do have one kind of gripe about it. The action, because it is a newer action, it's a little stiff, so it's going to take some break-in time. So I've got some graphite that I'm going to put on the action help break it in, smooth it out, so on and so forth. So that's coming in the very near future. Well, buddy, I don't think in Remington's 742 shooting core lock was not a sub-MOA rifle with a different type of ammunition. So twist rate determines how heavy of a projectile that we can have. So I know on my 6.5 Creedmoor, with the twist rate that it has, yes, it can stabilize 147s. However, it stabilizes 140s better. And it's only 7 grains of... or 7 grains difference in the 140s and the 147s. That 7 difference makes 7 grains difference makes a hell of a difference. So, it just kind of is what it is. It could have just been your twist rated. It couldn't stabilize the core locks, or it just didn't like that load. There's always a node to be found in our rifles. So, I kind of disagree a little bit with that, buddy. So, but I am open to suggestions on optics to try for this 22. I'm open to suggestions on it. Yes, I have the Vortex Venom on order. However, I'm open to suggestions for other optics to try. So, just some curiosity on what you guys do have or have seen used on a 22. Like I said, 22 is completely new to me. I've got the Venom on order, but if there's something else, I don't know. We'll try it. We'll see how we like it. Who knows? You might be able to talk me into... Nah, you're not going to do that. I was going to say you might be able to talk me into switching from Vortex to something else, but I don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, guys. How many of you have done the 100-yard group challenge? I'm curious about that too. If you have, I need you to drop links in my comment sections on the 2 videos where I revealed the rules and regulations for it. I'm going to need you guys to drop links in those where I can go check them out and we can see them. That is something that I'm curious about. If any of you have or haven't, or still waiting for the ammo to arrive, it'll get there eventually, Mario. Mario, what shooting bags did you end up going with? I'm a little curious still. Did you end up going with the ones I suggested? Or did you go with just standard shooting bags? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but figured I'd ask. That is a very true statement, Fish Toledo. Hell yeah, brother. I hope you enjoy them. I'm sure you will. Like I said before, if you ever have any questions, you've got my Instagram. You can message me over there and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I get it. Even the rear support bag will help a lot. Doesn't necessarily have to be the cream of the crop shooting bag, but sometimes they do work. Y'all are awful. You know, Fish Toledo. Y'all are awful. Awful. You know, God damn it. Anyways, so we're going to get back to the conversation here. Now that Fish Toledo is... I don't even know what to say. But let's go back to the conversation. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? That does not deal with Elton John sucking at the organ. This is not Johnny B's channel where we do Spicy Friday. So... But... Anyways... What's some other questions, comments, concerns that you guys have? I'm curious. Buddy, don't feel bad. It took me a second too, and I had to read it twice. But it is what it is. I am probably going to suppress this thing. So, I'm really thinking about ordering a whip machine suppressor. Although it'll sit in suppressor gel for quite a while. But do their direct thread suppressor. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because the muzzle is threaded at the end of here. Chassis. Always chassis. Chassis is more stable, and the action sits in a chassis better than it does in a stock. But if I was going to do a stock, it would be a foundation. Would be the only stock. Well, not the only stock, but the top of my list on a stock that I would order. But if I wanted a chassis for accuracy, MPA, MDT, Area 419, so on and so forth, would be who I would order a chassis from. There's some phenomenal chassis systems out there, but those would be the ones I would use, just based on accessories that are available. I have my 6.5 Krieg sitting in a Area 419 chassis. So, I'm not looking forward to it. Like, I'm not looking forward to it sitting in a... yeah. We're not going to talk about tax stamps. There's so many problems with that. But we're not going to get political and stuff like that. But they did start the e-file, which is supposed to help. So that's where we're going to leave that at. But we'll see. That's all we're going to say is we'll see. But what's some other conversations that you guys want to have? It is supposed to snow 14 inches here, which is a abnormality of Kentucky. So we're going to see. I hope it snows 10 foot, but who knows? I miss that Wisconsin snow. I really do. I know I shouldn't say that, but I do miss that Wisconsin snow. You know, the ones where they didn't shut down school for. 1989 Ford Tempo oil filter. Fish Toledo. Like, man, you can't be telling people to do that stuff. That is against AFT rules. You can't tell people to do that stuff. AFT. But I have watched a bunch of reviews on the Vortex Venom, so that's kind of why I chose that optic. My only downfall to that optic is it doesn't come in MRAD or Mills. It only comes in MOA that I've been able to find in stock. So I ordered it in MOA. I don't like MOA, but we're going to see. It might make 22 a little bit easier with it being in MOA. I don't know. But we're going to see. We're going to have to get some of you guys involved in the NRL 22. MDT, let me tell you something, buddy. MDT customer service is some of the best customer service I have ever dealt with in my life. Literally, you can message those guys on the Book of Faces, and they will get back to you within that day, generally, if they're open. And that person will answer any question that you have. I mean, each and every single one of those people over there are some of the most phenomenal people I have ever had the opportunity and the privilege, all that jazzy good stuff, to ever deal with. So, dude, they're phenomenal. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So, I mean, their customer service is so damn good. You could probably actually send your actions to them and have them glass bead your actions into that chassis. And man, you would have a crazy accurate rifle. Like, glass beading enhances accuracy so much, because it cuts down on the vibrations and it sets the action in there so damn tight. But get ready. If you go to a chassis and your Tikkas don't take the AICS style mags, get ready. AICS style mags are expensive. You're talking 35, 40, upwards of $100 a piece. So those AICS mags, they think a lot of. Practical accuracy. Are you on Instagram? Because I can give you some feedbacks on wind calling. I do this stuff on a regular basis. So, I can give you some really good feedback on there. What's up, Alex? How's it going, brother? You're not too late. It's been a long week for me, too. I've worked about 70 hours this week, so it's been a super long week. For me, it's been rough. But It'll be alright. So, I'm trying to get to where I can directly reply to you. Accuracy. But, let me... Oh, I hate that my laptop didn't share. Or it crashed. But... Well, when you get it, or I'll go over to your channel. I don't know. I'll figure out some way to get a hold of you. And we will have a conversation. If I knew how to add you into this live chat or into this live, I would. But I don't know how to do it. If you know how to do it, tell me. I'm going to. I've been planning on making one, but I've been so hectic this week at work. I've worked 5 15-hour or 5 14-hour shifts this week. So it's been a super long week for me, and it still doesn't seem like things are catching up at all. So it's been just a hella long week. So this was my first day off this week. So I'm just like you guys. I work a normal job. So it's a little rough. Like, I want to get a P.O. box for you guys and everything. Try to help grow the channel, get some, I guess, crowd participation involved. But right now, I need to do one. I need to get better at editing everything. So, eventually I will make one. Sorry, somebody from work is texting me right now. Hold on 1 second, guys. But okay, I will email you practical. Sorry, guys. I do have a stutter, so you have to bear with me some. My videos take me like 10 or 12 takes to take them because I do stutter. So when you see my videos, I do put a lot of effort into that. Fuck. I don't know what I just did. Practical accuracy. I'm going to, Mario. It's just going to take me some time. I've got to figure out a lot of stuff about this YouTube. So, there's a lot of things that I need to work on. I'm horrible about getting on Instagram also. So, I'm kind of hesitant about that. I do have a TikTok. It is Ballistics89, I do believe. I do have a TikTok, so if you guys want to go over there and subscribe to that, that'd be super cool. But if not, it's okay. I don't really post on there that frequent, so it does take me some time. Like I said, I work nonstop, but you'll see a lot of stuff of my doggo on my TikTok. So, That's what you'll mainly see on my TikTok. I do post some of my shooting stuff on there, but not very frequently. TikTok is not very firearm friendly, so I've been demonetized and kicked off of TikTok twice now, so I'm on my third strike. So I have not seen that, Alex. Who did that? Is it TacCon or whom did that? If you'll shoot me the link to it. Nah, don't do that. Never mind. But who did it? You got me kind of inquisitive about that. I do have a new reloading press on the way. I didn't know Rare Breed made a new style of their trigger. That might be the only way that they don't get hammered down by the AFT, but who knows? I don't know. I'm not getting involved in all that mess, and all of that has turned into a huge mess this week, so I'm not getting involved there. So okay, that works. Thanks, man. I'll have to check it out. That's cool. But everything there has just turned into a huge debacle and a huge mess, and holy crap. That's such a mess. Them and wide open triggers, all of that is just a huge mess. But everybody seems to forget that TacCon is the OG to that trigger, and they're the only ones that have the they were the only ones that have been quote unquote ATF approval. So that's kind of what we're talking about, Mario, is that shitstorm. There's been a lot of just bullshit that's happened with that, so we're not going to even go into that. I'm not even going to touch that. Like, holy fuck. It's been such a shitstorm over there. Ugh. I don't understand it. Like, that entire shitstorm, we're not even going to go into it. Ugh. So, I don't know. It's an oddity what happened. I don't really buy. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. How about that? I'm going to stay indifferent. I read all the stuff on Reddit and Ammo Land and all of Johnny B's videos and the John Crump videos and the lead therapy, all that shit. So I watched John Crump's live, and then I saw the rebuttal from Rare Breed and all that shit. Like, it's just a shitstorm, man. All of that is just such a shitstorm. We're not going into that. Like, I really want to keep politics and all that stuff out of this channel, so that's one of my big things, is keeping all that out and gone and like out of the channel. I know firearms are political, like it's a very big political debate. But I really don't want to have the politics, especially in my lives, because I do read each and every comment, and I do try to reply to each and every comment. but I won't reply to the political stuff, if that makes sense. And I don't want to be that way towards anybody. That's why I always say we got to keep the politics out of it. Like, it's just one of those things. I don't know how to explain it. Like, politics and religion, two people can have completely different views, and then two people start arguing, and it's just a shitstorm that, I don't know. Anyways, let's change this conversation. Let's have some comments come in, and we'll have some conversations. We'll go in the order in which the comments come, and we'll discuss that, and then we'll move to the next comment, so on and so forth. So, I got 8 people in here, so let's just have some questions, comments, concerns, so on and so forth. Like, so, I hope I don't sound like an asshole, guys, when I kind of shut that down, but it's just one of those things. But, yeah, let's... questions, comments, concerns, so on and so forth. I will be getting off here in probably 25-30 minutes or so, where I can get upstairs, get to bed. I'm super tired, so we'll have a little bit longer conversation, but not too much longer. But yeah, I'm gonna work on getting the Instagram set up for everybody. I'm also gonna get I'm also gonna do a Book of Faces page. That way there's also that, because I know not everybody has Instagram, not everybody has Facebook, but generally everybody has one or the other. There's the exception, not the rule, but just kind of one of those things. I should have been at the MPA bomber run this weekend, but it's super cold right now, so I really didn't. I don't know. It's not that I didn't want to go. I should have went, but I was also very exhausted this week. Like I said, over 60 hours in 5 days has been, well, it's closer to 70 hours that I worked in these 5 days this week. So making a 7-hour drive after getting off work after a 14-hour shift, I felt like it wasn't the safe thing for me to do. So I decided to drop out last second. So my 22 that I have here is a bolt action. If somebody can figure out what that is in this live stream, I'll tell you if you're right or not. But I've showed it 3 times now. 3. So y'all kind of got the sneak peek of it. You get to see what it is. But I will be Cerakoting it. A nice Cerakote finish is going to go on here. I really like tan rifles, so I think I'm going to Cerakote it tan over the black. Well. Alright. I will reveal it on my next video. That's coming this weekend. But alright, buddy. you did get it right. So it is a Ruger RPR and 22 long rifle. I am running production in 22. So the rules of production are a little bit different than rimfire. Now it's a Ruger RPR in 22 long bolt action. I'm running production this year in 22 ELR and 22 rimfire matches. I'm kind of going to shoot more local NRL matches for it because I'm not super familiar with the 22. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you guys and tell you that I am, because I'm not. That's not who I am as a person. So I'm going to be 100% brutally honest. This is going to be a local 22 match. All right, thanks, brother. Be safe. I will get in contact with you. I did not tell you it was a Ruger earlier. But yeah, I'm gonna run production with production ammo. So Vortex Venom is coming on top. Vortex Venom will be here in probably 2 weeks, is what they said, estimated delivery. So that's coming straight from Vortex. So it's going to take some time for them to get it to me. But that's what's going on there. They didn't have one in MRAD or Mills in stock. So I had to order one in MOA, which is what it is. I've never really ran MOA, so I'm going to learn today, I think, that, I don't know, eventually I'll probably switch it over to Mills and then probably give the MOA optic away to one of you guys. So we'll see. See how much I like it, so on and so forth. I wish it was in Mills that they were sending, but they've got MOA in stock. I don't want to wait 6 months on back order. By then, the NRL season will be gone. So, we'll see. Well, this is a Ruger 1022 RPR bolt action rifle. Takes the exact same mags that any Ruger 1022 makes, or it takes. So I'll be able to find mags basically anywhere. Once I figure out the load of ammo that it likes, we're going to be cooking with bacon grease. So we'll see. I'm pretty excited about it. I don't agree with that, buddy, because my Razor HD is a 0.1 MRAD per click. So I'm so used to MRAD and Mills that MOA, it's going to be rough on me. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you guys and tell you that it's not, because it's going to be rough for me. I have never shot in MOA. I've only shot in Mills. My entire shooting career has been in Mills, so I was taught in Mills, so on and so forth. So going to MOA is going to be a complete change for me. So we'll see what happens, but until then, I'm not going to knock MOA. I'm not going to say Mills is better than MOA. I'm going to say what I'm used to is Mills and MRAD. So it just kind of is what it is. I'll learn it. I can learn it. I can learn anything. So it's just going to take me time. So we'll see what happens. But But yeah. So, does everybody in here run MOA, or does some of my viewers run Mills and some run MOA? Kind of curious. I got 5 people in here right now, so I should have 5 comments. Hopefully. Mario runs MOA. What do my other people run? Well, I hate to hear that your Marlin 22 mag got stolen. I've never actually shot a 22 Magnum, if you want me to be brutally honest with you. .36" versus .2. I mean, that's true, buddy, but like I said, I've never shot MOA, so I don't know a whole lot about it. Alex, I hate to hear that your 22 mag got stolen. I do hate to hear that. So, hopefully, the people got caught that did it, but I know how that stuff goes, so hopefully they catch whoever did it. But we are going to put this rifle through its paces this year. I will tell you guys that. All right, have a good one, Mario. Be safe. Mostly running my way, but 338 is in Mills. So I'm switching over, I think. Are you switching over to Mills, or are you going to switch over everything to MOA? I love all my rifles being in Mills. It does make it a lot easier. The familiarization of the optic and the clicks and so on and so forth. The math is a lot easier when you're used to 1 versus 5. But with the snow and stuff that's coming, I am going to see if I can get this rifle to fail in cold weather and see if it will. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. No, that is true. The Razor, it's got an internal dial. So, Fish Toledo uses MOA. Everything is in... Yes, MRAD is a very easy math. So, simplicity of Mills. Yeah, simplicity is king, in my opinion. So this is the first Ruger that I have ever bought in a... Well, first Ruger I've ever bought, period. So, I've never had a Ruger. So we're going to see how it performs. I'm really... If I like this one, I'm going to get the Ruger RPR and 17 HMR also. So, I don't know. We'll see. I kind of want the twins kind of thing going on. So, hopefully, due time, it'll come. But you guys will get to see a lot of this rifle on the channel, especially in the next coming videos. Like I said, even though I don't have the optic on it right now, and with all the snow that's supposed to be coming, I am going to cold weather test this rifle. Just see what it does. I might bring some other ones out, but it's mainly going to be this rifle. I already know what my 6.5 Creed does in the cold weather. It's fine. It doesn't mind it. I shot war rifles last year with it up in Pennsylvania during the middle of a blizzard, so it doesn't faze me shooting in the cold weather, but it doesn't seem to faze my rifles either. So, besides my gas rifles, that seems to be the only issue that I have with my cold weather rifles is gas rifles. Bolt action I don't really have an issue with. But the trending topic seems to be cold weather testing, so we're going to jump on it. We're going to see what happens. But, like I said, this rifle is going to be a purpose-built 22 ELR, 22 rimfire, NRL, PRS style rifle. So, like I said, about 2 weeks, I'll have the optic in. So, we'll see what happens. But, if I don't like it, who knows? Well, you are fortunate there, buddy. But it could get cold somewhere that you're visiting. Yeah, it's super late. It's actually midnight 30. So, but, alright guys. I am going to hop off here. I'm actually super tired. I've enjoyed our conversation. We will have another conversation, hopefully, this weekend. I should have my video posting with my new 22 posted on there. I'm going to run the production class in the NRL and the local 22 matches here. So, that's my plan there. You guys will get to see this full rundown. It does not have an optic yet, so optic's on this way. But until then, I will see you guys next time. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And we will have this conversation soon. So, guys, don't forget to submit your 250 sub challenge giveaway. And y'all stay safe. And I'll catch you later. Bye, guys.